This is Dwayne at RealFixesRealFast.com. Today we're working on a 2000 Nissan Quest, and it came in with the complaint that around 1500 RPM it was chugging or not having any power. As we were working on it, it would do that. It would almost feel like a misfire, something's missing. But right now it's actually developed into a no start. We used the scanner and got a code out for a crank sensor problem. So what we're going to do is tap into the crank sensor and see what's going on. Inside the cam sensor, you're going to see that there's a 1 degree and 120 degree signal sent to the PCM. And then the crank sensor, which is on the other side of the engine, is used to reference the cogs on the flywheel. So we've tapped our yellow wire into the crank sensor, which is down by the flywheel, and over at the distributor we've tapped into the signal wire over here. We're into the 1 degree and the 120 degree signal, and they're all tapped in going to our lab scope. So we're all hooked up to the cam sensor, tapped into the lab scope. We're going to use a K-twist so I can start the car from out underneath the hood and watch our lab scope. So I'm going to go from the 10 milliseconds, change my sweep. Let's go to 5 seconds. Now as you can look, the green signal is very erratic. So we have a bad signal from the 1 degree, which is your number 1 cylinder, inside the cam sensor, which is part of the distributor. So we need to shut it off and then change our distributor. Now we've taken the distributor cap off. So before we take this distributor out, we want to identify all the points so we can get it back in the right place. Right where the bolt was, notice where that's at. Where this is pointing straight over there, you could take a pin and mark it. And where the rotor is pointing. Once you get those, remember those and mark them, then you can just pull it out. Take the new distributor, put it back in there and line up your reference points. So that the rotor is going to point at the right place. The plug-in connector. We've got our bolt lined up, our plug-in connector pointed right, and the rotor pointed to the right place. So we're ready to bolt it back down. So we got our distributor all changed. Now we're ready to start it again. We use a K-twist. We look at the lab scope. You see we have a nice good pattern. We got it fixed. All done.